Hey guys, I'm Piper and I'm going to be showing y'all around the school. So here's the bus line, and this is one of the ways you can come in through the morning or you can leave. And when you come in, you just walk down this way. The car rider line also makes it over here sometimes. And when you get here, you come over here and you just walk around. And then you come in these doors, if you can hop over. And our SRO is holding it for us. And yeah, and then you can talk. So this is the bus and sometimes the car rider line. And then when you walk in, you come down here, and usually you'd enter the gym, but we'll show you the gym later. And you walk in through there, and you go across to where y'all would sit. But there's some water fountains here. There's the band room. And here's concessions for when we have games like basketball games or volleyball games, stuff like that. Those are the concessions, or dances. And this is our trophy case. We have a bunch of awards. This year we had our volleyball team go to state. They got third. We had a bunch of band awards. Most of our awards come from robotics. We have a whole bunch of those. And we have a bunch of track athletes that go too. And then there's a girls' bathroom, and then there's a boys' bathroom. So if you ever need to use that in the morning. And then the gym is also right here. There's two entrances to the gym. Here's the cafeteria. This is where you'll eat. You can eat breakfast in the mornings. After you eat breakfast, you usually go in the gym. This is also where you eat lunch, obviously. So this is good here.
Okay, you guys can go get your lunch.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, let's go get lunch. So obviously this is a tour on how to get your lunch tray. We have what you should usually get. Sometimes that doesn't happen, we know, but you know. We have all our forks. This has a fork, a spoon, a straw, and a napkin, and there's more napkins. So you just grab your tray and you go through. There's food out here. You grab your food, and then here you have the juices. You can grab a juice, and then once you leave, you come out here. There would be milks here if you ever need milk. And then over here, you'd have one of the amazing lunch ladies here, and you type in your PIN, which if you don't know your PIN, you can always just ask them and tell them your last name, and they'll be able to tell you, no problem. They'll tell you you're all good to go, and then you come over here with your lunch tray, and you can grab any condiments or sauces, whatever you want, and then you come back and you start and sit down and eat. And then when we're done, we make sure we have all our trash. Don't leave any trash. And we get up and we come and we throw it away in the trash cans. Make sure you don't leave any trash and try and keep it as clean as possible. Okay, and this is also the car line where you leave if you're getting picked up by a parent. This is where you would come to leave. We usually have 6th grade here, 7th grade here, and 8th grade here. We usually have our wonderful teacher, Miss Blakely, announcing you leave, and we also have people in here. You have to be quiet if you're in here, but you can be on your phones. You just go and you'd sit down, and they'd call your name, Piper Cosby, and then you get up, you get all your stuff, and you just come out through these doors, and Miss McKinney would be out there telling you where to go. So that's how you leave. So this is the gym. This is also where you come in the mornings to sit down. And what we're doing right now is your favorite. You know you love it. The pacer test! So right now, the guys are doing the pacer test. And as you can tell, they're enjoying life. So this is our library, and it's next to the gym and the cafeteria. In the library, we usually have a related arts class, and all the books are sectioned off by their genre, so it's easy to find a book that you want. And yeah, we also usually hold like brain games in here and some other activities. So, and there's doors out here that leads to where the car line usually is. Yeah, it's the library. So, and then when you walk out here, we have a hallway. Lots of people use this hallway all the time.
Here's the library and the vending machine.
Which the vending machines are only open at certain times. And sometimes we have signs up, and this is also where you come in the mornings from the car line.
And then there's another door over here you can use with teacher permission.
And right now we have Earth Day signs up, of course.
We display a lot of students' work on this wall.
And we also have our signed papers from the Patriot Sam from 2 of our previous years.
And down here is the main office and the guidance counselor office, but we'll show you that in a minute.
And
Right
then
here is the 6th grade hallway.
here's the ISS room. Hopefully you're never going to be in there. Here's the elevator, which you can use with permission. You have to have permission to use the elevator.
Here's your 6th grade bathroom. This will be the bathroom you use probably the entirety of the year.
And the girls is over here, the boys is over here, and there's a water fountain, of course, if you ever need a drink of water.
Also down here we have the teacher workroom, so if your teachers ever ask you to go get anything, you'll be here.
Which you can only go in there with permission, of course. And then over here, we have Mr. Henson's room.
I'm here with.
Mr. Henson.
Tell us about yourself.
I'm an ELO teacher for 6th grade, which is sometimes a giant circus. I've been teaching at this school for 4 years. I'm also the cross-country coach, the track and field coach. I've got 2 dogs that all of my kids already know about and know the names of, because that's in our very first Get to Know You slideshow, which Wyatt probably doesn't remember the names of them. But it's Emma and Lily, and I like to run, coach, write, etc. Pretty much the things you would expect an English teacher to do. The classroom expectations are pretty much I expect you to be a normal person. And when I give you work, I'm not going to babysit you, and you either do it or you get a 0. So the first 9 weeks, we end up having a lot of 0s because kids coming from 5th grade have a little bit of a transition period because they've been handheld for a while. So you get to 6th grade, and I get a lot of 0s because people expect me to hold their hands, and I'm not going to do it.
Over here we have Miss Richards' room.
Here with Miss Richards. Can you please tell us a little about yourself?
Sure. I've been teaching for 17 years. Never planned on being a middle school teacher, but things happened, and turns out this is where I was supposed to be, unfortunately. Just kidding. For my classroom expectations, I really appreciate when kids come in ready to work. I will try to make learning as fun as possible. It just depends on how people behave. I have one daughter named McKenna, who is currently a freshman at UT, wrapping up her freshman year at UT, and 2 new golden doodle puppies named Finnick and Hamish. So if you're in my class next year, you'll hear a lot about that.
And this is Miss Cole's room.
Hey guys, this is Miss Cole. Will you tell us about yourself?
I will be happy to tell you about myself. I've been teaching this in my 23rd year. I teach 6th grade math. I have 2 kids, and the thing that I love about teaching the most is when you can see it on the kid's face that they actually get what you're teaching.
This is Miss Barrett's room.
Hey guys, today I'm here with Miss Barrett. Miss Barrett, tell us about yourself.
I'm Miss Barrett. I teach 6th grade math. I've been teaching for 22 years. My favorite thing, of course, about school is coming and being with the students. And I have high expectations, but all I ask for is for them to give me 90 minutes a day, and we get all our math work done in 90 minutes.
This is Miss Rush's room.
I'm here with Miss Rush.
Hi.
Will you tell us about yourself?
Sure. I'm Miss Rush, and I teach ELA and social studies. I've been teaching for 33 years now. I enjoy well-behaved students. I'm a big sports fan. I like football, and mostly NASCAR is my favorite. I like Kyle Larson. I look forward to seeing all of you next year.
And this is Mr. Keane's room.
I'm here with Coach Keane. Please tell us a little about yourself.
I'm Coach Keane. I teach 6th grade social studies. This will be my 18th year teaching. Looking forward to seeing you guys, and just expect, respectful, responsible, and no nonsense from many of you, like I'm seeing in the classroom behind me at the moment. But look forward to seeing you all in the fall, and have a great summer.
And that's all for this side. And then up here we have the 8th grade stairwell, but you can also sometimes use it if you have to go up to STEM or robotics.
We also have this exit here. You'll probably use that one for fire drills, or maybe if your teacher's taking you outside, but with permission.
Yes.
Okay, so we call this where all the halls kind of meet, the cross hall.
And you usually can get called down here for like things such as AB honor roll rewards. So if you ever get called down to the cross hall, this is where we usually go. But there's also one upstairs. Usually 6th graders go to the downstairs one.
And through here we've got some more 6th grade classrooms.
So over here we have some of our rooms. And then over here is the art room, and then we also have Mr. Baker's room.
Today I'm here with Mr. Baker. What subject do you teach?
Science.
What's your favorite thing about teaching?
Just spreading the importance of science and how that is going to be something that they're going to have to learn and know things about the rest of their life.
Over here we have Miss Crockett's room.
And then over here we have Miss Compton's room.
I'm here with Miss Compton. Would you please tell us a little about yourself?
Well, my name's Miss Compton. I teach 6th and 7th grade math. This is my first year in Sullivan County, but I've been teaching for about 20 years. Math is my favorite subject. I look forward to meeting you next year. And if you get me for math, I just expect you to try really hard. That's my main requirement is just try, do your best. If you ask some of my students, they would say that you need to listen when other people are talking. You need to stay in your seat unless you have permission to be up. You need to work hard.
And all the way down here we have Miss Zolo's room and the new extension, which will be open by the time you're here.
Hey guys, today I'm here with Miss K. Tell us about yourself.
Hi guys, I'm Miss K. I am a new graduate. I just started teaching at East in February of this year. I am currently engaged, so I'll be Miss Carter this time next year, which is super exciting. I'm filling in for Miss Zolo, so this is 6th grade math and science. Currently we're in math and we're working on our statistics project. You can see all of the projects that have been turned in so far, and everybody's doing either a poster board or a PowerPoint right now. In science, we have been doing some science experiments. So like this week, we made a potato battery. Next week, we're going to be doing some experiments with seeds. We're going to see if we can turn them transparent and see if that grows a transparent plant. So it's super exciting. We'll do some very hands-on stuff in this classroom. I can't wait to meet you guys. Bye.
And this is the 7th grade stairwell, which you can also go up if you have STEM or robotics. So this is the 7th grade stairwell. You usually can use this or the 8th grade stairwell. We don't usually use the middle stairwell without permission.
Or the elevator. That's another way to get upstairs, but only if you're hurt or with teacher permission.
And obviously we have our yearbook signs. They're $30 each, and it's totally worth it. I'd recommend getting one.
There's also a yearbook class you can be in to help make the yearbook when you're in 8th grade.
And that's actually what this class is. So up here, this is some 7th grade classes.
This is the 7th grade hallway, and you'll probably never be up here unless you have STEM or robotics.
But this is Miss Alexander's room, so if you're in things such as student council, which is 7th and 8th grade, then you'll come up here. And then, yeah. So you usually aren't up here much, but you'll usually definitely walk up through here.
Some of your coaches' rooms may be up here as well, and if they call you to their room, this is where you'll want to be.
Yeah. And then here we have the 7th and 8th grade workroom, so you usually shouldn't need to come up here, but if your teacher ever sends you to, this is where it is.
And here we have our STEM lab. Now, we are going to have the new one, so you probably don't have robotics in here.
But this will probably be connected to Mr. Tim's room, which is currently a different room, but they'll probably be connected by the time you're up here.
So on the other side, we do have Mr. Tim's room.
And here we have the middle stairwell, which obviously you don't use this without permission. You have to have teacher permission to use that one. Sometimes 8th graders will use it. Most of the time they do. This is Dr. Judd's office.
This is the elevator. And here we have Mr. Tim's STEM room. You might have this as a related art your 6th grade year.
So this one might be connected to the robotics room at the moment. And then this is another bathroom. You usually won't use this one unless you're in one of the STEM classes and you need to come up here. But there's the girls, there's the boys, and there's the water fountain, just like downstairs.
And now we're in the 8th grade hall.
Usually you won't be up here unless you're walking through, but this is the 8th grade hallway. And if you ever need to come up here, you can. We do have one 7th grade class down here, but you don't need to worry about that yet.
But again, your coach's room may be up here, and if you get called there, you'll need to know where to go.
And always remember that some of our teachers and students have allergies and asthma, so try not to use scented products such as Germexes or perfume. Try not to use those because it can really affect people. I know some teachers and a lot of students definitely have issues with stuff like that. And to go with that, also only drink water, please. Don't bring other things like sticky stuff or colored stuff. It can stain.
And here we have one of our many big windows. Our school has a great view and an amazing campus.
It's pretty out there. Gorgeous, actually. And there's actually the car line, too. And we also have Miss Jane's room, which you shouldn't need to go up there unless you're in Beta Club.
But that's only for 7th grade, so you don't need to worry about that yet either.
Yeah. And then down here,
we have our 8th grade stairwell.
And yeah, like Caroline said, this is the 8th grade stairwell, which you probably won't use it much. And I definitely did not think it was a 7th grade stairwell. You know, I know what I'm doing. There's also doors back here for fire exits. There's one in every stairwell. It's up at the back. Your teachers would lead you there if you ever had a fire drill. And now we're back around. So this is the front doors. You can come through here sometimes, but usually you don't come through here.
You can come in through here if you get checked in late or brought in early.
And this is the office. We have our amazing office ladies in here. And it was actually her birthday
sign
yesterday.
in if you come in late or if you're leaving early. We have, usually our principals or administrators are in here too. We have our SRO in here.
We have a bunch of other rooms. And then you usually just leave out through these doors. If you ever need to come into the office, you can also come through these doors.
I'm here to show you guys the new extension to our school. While it's not done yet, it will be done by the time you guys are here, so I'm going to show you around. So here we have just an exit that you can use with teacher permission. And then we have 2 new classrooms downstairs. We have this big classroom. Well, it'll look different when you guys are here, but right now it's still getting renovated. And over here we have another classroom, again, still getting renovated, but yeah, that's our new extension downstairs. Okay, and now I'm going to be showing you guys the upstairs part of the extension. So this is going to be our new STEM room. It is huge and definitely an upgrade from Miss Trent's room. If you're into robotics, then this will be where you're doing your robotics. We've got this huge space here, and it's got lots of windows. And then you keep going this way, and it's literally ginormous. So if you're in STEM, this will be the huge new STEM room, and we're super excited about it. And there are the lights.
This is Henson's room. This is Miss Cole's room. This is Miss Barrett's room. This is Miss Rush's room. This is Mr. Keane's room. This is Mr. Baker's room. This is Miss Compton's room, and she teaches 6th and 7th grade. This is Miss Zolo's room. This is Miss Richards' room. This is the gym, and right now they're setting up for one of the many fun events we do here, the Hawaiian dance. this is the section of bleachers where you guys will be sitting in the mornings. And over here we have our boys' locker room and girls' locker room, and there are restrooms in there.
This is Miss Hyder's room, the art room.
Hi guys, I'm Harper Harrison. I'm here with Miss Hare, and she's the leader of our student impact for 8th graders. And if you keep your grades up in 8th grade, you can participate in this, and she's going to be telling you a bit about it.
Good morning. So Student Impact is a leadership class, and you have to have teacher recommendation to be in it. You have to keep your grades up and stay out of trouble. And we do leadership activities. We help run the school, and we help in the office and do things that anyone needs done. And we also work on the yearbook. So it's a really good class. We have a lot of fun. So I hope to see you in 8th grade.
Hi guys, I'm Harper, and I'm here with Miss McKinney, and she's going to be telling you about our 4-H club that you can join.
4-H Club is a great club to join. We meet either once a month or twice a month. We do lots of different activities. We do poster contests, speech contests. We do things that you can enter in the Appalachian Fair and win ribbons. We had a big cookout at the end of the year. That was a lot of fun. So we really hope you'll join and come out and do some fun activities with us.
Hi guys, I'm Harper, and I'm here with Miss Alexander. We're going to be asking her a few questions about our student council. How do you get into student council?
In the spring, we have an application process, and the students fill it out. They get a referral from their teacher, and then we go through a selection process as staff, and then we let the kids know generally by the end of the year for the next fall.
And what do you guys do in student council?
We do some service projects. This year we did a big food drive in the fall, and we donated over 1,000 cans to a local food pantry. And this past spring we did an animal supply drive and donated a bunch of animal supplies to our local rescue shelter. And we also help out around the school with different events like orientation and open house and things like that.
Thank you, and you should totally join student council.
Hi, I'm here with Miss Jones for Brain Games, and we're going to be talking a little bit about it. How do you get into Brain Games?
At the beginning of the year, you have to fill out a form. Miss Carmack will come around and usually talk, especially to the 6th graders. And I think it's a little bit of a fee. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's a little bit of a fee. Have it filled out by your parents or guardians, and then you just show up every other Tuesday.
What do you guys do in Brain Games?
Literally just play games. It's only until 4 o'clock after school. There's all kinds of board games, puzzles. Sometimes we do group activities, but it's literally just playing games.
I'm Piper Cosby, and I'm here with
Mr. Jones.
And he's going to talk a little bit about FCA. So how do you get into FCA?
FCA is every Thursday, 7:15 in the library, and it's open to anyone. It's Fellowship of Christian Athletes. So come on any morning, 7:15 on Thursday. We have speakers. Sometimes it's teachers. People come in to speak. Sometimes I'm speaking. Sometimes the kids speak. Usually we're learning Bible verses or we're having some motivational story. We also play games, sometimes have food.
And that's all for FCA.
Hi, I'm Caroline, and I'm here with
Miss Rush.
And she's going to tell us a little bit about our Bible club. When do you guys meet?
We meet on Wednesday mornings at 6:30 before school starts, and your parents can drop you off in the bus lane. Someone will be here to let you in, and we go to the lunchroom for our meetings.
How do you get in the Bible club?
At the beginning of the school year next year, you'll get a form to take home. If you want to join Bible Club, your parents just have to sign it and send it back to us.
What do you guys do in the Bible club?
We do a lot of fun activities. We sometimes make s'mores up at the football field. We do Bible lessons. We have guest speakers that come and talk about the Bible and Christian messages.
That's Miss Rush in the Bible club. Caroline Coates, and I'm here with
Coach Henson.
And he's going to tell you a little bit about Run Club.
So what we do with Run Club a whole lot is, typically I started it as kind of like a segue between cross country and track. But anybody doing any kind of spring sport is welcome to join. It just really helps you kind of keep that fitness that you got maybe in the fall sport and you don't really have anything during the winter. We just kind of hang out, chill, run around campus, very kind of relaxed. Sometimes we get snacks, so that's always a bonus.
How many years have you been coaching?
This is my 4th year coaching here, 7th overall.
And that's Mr. Henson.
Hi, I'm Abigail Sweeney, and I'm here with our school counselors,
Miss Jones
and Miss Odom.
and they're going to be telling us a little bit about what they do.
We wear a lot of hats here at Sullivan East Middle School, but our favorite thing to do is talk to students one-on-one or sometimes in small groups, just working on academic planning, goal setting, and maybe 6-year plans, what we want to do in the future. Yeah, we also do social emotional stuff. So if you're having a bad day, just need a timeout, we're always there for that. We're always good for a good rant session. Like, that's always good. And then just wherever our school needs help, we do, like Miss Oden said, we wear a lot of hats, some that we don't always want to do. Just kidding.
That's all for our school counselors.
Hey, I'm Ocean Johnson, and we're going to be talking about our Sullivan East Middle School janitors. Make sure you pick up your trash to show your appreciation for them. They work really hard.